Welcome back, friends. We'll see now the next experiment, that is trigger. So, ninth experiment is to create trigger for various events such as insertion or updation. What is trigger? Trigger is a stored procedure which defines an action that the database automatically take when some database related event such as insert, update or delete occur. So we write the action for a particular event, and if that event happen, automatically action is taken. Such a way these triggers are working, and those are called as a stored procedure. There are various types of triggers: before, after, for each row and for each statement. Before, it fires the trigger before executing the trigger statement. After, it fires the trigger, it means action after executing the trigger statement. For each row, it specifies that the trigger fires once per row. And for each statement, this is defaulted trigger which is invoked and which specifies that trigger fires once per statement. We can use variables in triggers like new and old, and we'll see how to create the trigger now. So I'm sharing with you. So we'll go to terminal. Okay. We'll log in MySQL minus your root minus p. Enter the password. Use database. Okay. We create one table. So we'll table create table account, which will have account number, display the size, then amount. Okay, which is will take in decimal, that is 82. Okay. Okay. Account table is created. DSC account. So this is what the schema of the table. Now we'll insert the record. Insert into account values. Right. So first is 101 and another is first. Okay. So we'll insert for file records. Okay. 40,700. Okay. So we have inserted 4 records. That's enough, I think. You can insert 20 records minimum. So count. So these are the records. Okay. Now we'll define the trigger. So create. Before that, there is one delimiter. Delimiter indicates it is the end of the file. For example, end of the query, sorry. So now when we type a query and when we insert this semicolon, then the query is ended. This is how it is identified. Unless and until we insert the semicolon, we it indicates that query is not ended, right? We can change this semicolon. It means end of the query by which sign it is ending. We can change it, and to change there is a command delimiter. Okay. So I'm using the delimiter, and that is double slash. It indicates now the query which is ending by semicolon will not end if we insert the semicolon unless and until we insert double slash. Query is not going to end. So this is how we have changed. See now. So we have given select star from account, and after that we have inserted double colon, sorry, slash. Sorry. So this is how the delimiter works. This is required because when we create a trigger, we can use different lines, and unless and until we insert that delimiter, the query is not going to end. For example, I am writing now the syntax of the trigger. So create, and there is keyword trigger, and name of it. Suppose this is the name. Okay, I have pressed the enter, but not delimiter, that is double slash. Until and unless I am entering double slash, this query is not going to end. It is continued, it indicates. So create trigger, name of a trigger we have taken. Then I want before insert, before I am inserting inside the table. Then we have to write on account, the name of the table on. So before insert on account, and type is for each row. Now we want the action. Now, so we'll define action, and we want variable, and that variable we can select by typing the at. So we have taken one variable sum, which value we take as sum equal to at sum plus the value which we are inserting inside the amount, and that will be considered as a new amount value. So when we want to insert a record inside this table, that is account table, this value which inserting, suppose for named record 105, suppose I am inserting 50,000, so 50,000 becomes new dot amount. So this is the variable which takes this value, and we have taken sum, and sum we can define that sum also value. So we have taken at sum variable, which is equal to at sum variable value, whatever it is, we can initialize it, and plus the whatever amount value which we are inserting inside the new row, new record, that value will be added, and that will be stored as a sum. So this is the action which we want to take on each row. On which table? Account table. What is the type? Before insert, and trigger name is this ins sum. So whenever we insert a record inside the account, before it, this action will be taken. Some value will be added with new amount value, and that is how the sum will be stored. Right? So this is our trigger. We want to end the query now. So this is the end of the query now, delimiter. That's it. So we have created trigger. So name of the trigger is ins sum. We can also check by using the show trigger command. See, semicolon not accepted. Delimiter will accept, but it will show error. Show trigger. Show triggers, I think. So show triggers. And this end of the query, see, there is a double slash. So this will inform, give the information like with the trigger name, event. So insert table, account, statement. So this is what is the action we are defining as a statement. Timing. So before insert, and created date and all the stuff regarding the trigger. So show triggers will display this. Our trigger is created. Now we'll set the value of at sum variable, at sum equal to. So we'll initialize it at start 0. Okay. Initialized. Now we'll display currently the sum value. So select sum as, suppose we'll give the name to that total amount inserted. Okay. End of the query is double slash. So currently 0 because we have initialized it to 0. Not a single action is performed on the table account. So first we have created trigger. So syntax is create trigger keyword, then name of the trigger, event and action before insert on account for each row set. This is action sum plus new amount value, and that is added in sum and sum will be stored, right? So currently we have assigned that sum value is 0, and we have displayed it by using the another name to it, and that is 0 currently. Now we'll perform an action on the table. Insert into, so our table is account values. So we have inserted 4 records, right? We'll insert fifth one, and we'll take 20,000.0. Okay. So this is the action. When we perform, automatically this is the event which is happening, inserting a record inside the table account. Automatically for this event, the action is defined, and this action will take place, and that action is this one. So I'm inserting the value amount inside account, and this will be considered as a new dot amount value, which will be added inside the sum. Sum we have defined 0. Okay. Now we'll see the sum value. Okay. See now it is 20,000, which is added inside 0. One more record will insert. It is 106. Suppose again it is, suppose 25,000. One more record inserted on account. So inside the account there is an event which has happened. Action will be taken, some value will be added with new amount value. Some value is currently 20,000. We have added 25,000. So sum becomes 45,000. So this is how we can create a trigger for a particular event. We can define the action, and that trigger will automatically takes the action, perform the action. So you have seen that. So this is our 9th experiment. Let's stop here. Thank you.